Hi, it's Dr. Brian McDonough. I've talked about this before. Sure, as I'm sitting here, we're going to have 1, 2, 5, 10, all sorts of mutations of COVID-19. In fact, there's probably dozens of them out there right now. But every now and then there's one that appears more aggressive, and that's the ones we worry about. And right now there's one that has at least been traced to parts of Africa as well as Belgium called the new mutant. That's NU mutant. And it is a strain which is causing worldwide concern. So what does this mean? I mean, most of us are frustrated with COVID. We don't want to deal with it. We want to travel. We want to have time with our friends. We don't want to have to worry about dying. All of those things are just getting very frustrating. People are depressed. They're suffering from agitation and anxiety. There's people with long COVID. There are empty seats at the table at Thanksgiving for so many families, and yet it's still here. The truth is, it's going to remain. It's with us, much like the flu is with us. So how do we deal with it? Well, the good news is we are developing medications which can start to treat it if you're exposed. However, the treatment has to start almost the day you get exposed to the virus, so you have to pick up on it very fast, and you have to be tested very fast. By far, the best protection we have are the vaccines. They've been proven to be extremely effective, but we've learned that immunity wanes. So if you got COVID, one time we thought you'd be protected for a lifetime. It's about 4 months, and then you're vulnerable again. If you got the vaccine, well, the first 2 doses, if you did Moderna or if you did Pfizer, were good, but about 9 months out, they start to wane. So we need a 3rd dose in that group. With J&J, they pretty much said 2 months after you get your first dose, get your booster. So we know that boosters or extra doses are going to be necessary. And this is no secret. It's probably going to be necessary every year for quite some time, if not more than every year. Now here's my concern. If you look at the flu vaccine and the way people get it, and you can only look at people, they'll act like they did before, about 50 to 60% of the United States country gets flu vaccine every year. 40% doesn't. They take their chances. And every year you have between 36 and 70,000 deaths from the flu. The problem with COVID is those numbers are significantly higher, so it might be 300,000 deaths. But people will take their chances. And that's the way people are. People are going to say, I'll smoke 2 packs of cigarettes, I'm hoping I don't get cancer. They're going to say, I'll ride a motorcycle without a helmet, I hope I don't crash on the highway. They'll say, I'm going to keep drinking, hopefully my liver can handle it. Hospitals are full of people who gambled and gambled wrong. And sadly, that's just the way it is. And the problem is, it's the way it is with COVID. My hope is to try one by one to reach people and to say, well, listen, if you got this harmless vaccine that you can take, play the percentages and protect yourself. And not only that, there's the added bonus, you really are helping other people because you're not as infectious longer. And if we can get enough people to get the vaccine, we actually can cut down the spread of COVID, and we may eventually be able to eradicate it. But we're not going to be there for quite some time at the rate we're going. Right now, the United States in the world is 72nd. We keep dropping in the percentage of people who are vaccinated. In other words, we have all kinds of opportunity here, but we're just saying no. We're saying, not us. And for whatever reason, and you can debate that, people are making those choices. And yes, people at the very end say, oh my gosh, I wish I got it. They're on death's door. But they say that when they get lung cancer after smoking for years. And they say that when they have other health issues. It's the way we are as human beings. The key, though, is to think about it, do your own research, try to stay in front, and honestly, make a decision for you and your family, knowing you're helping others if you get the vaccine. And if you don't, it's let the buyer beware. Don't do it, but understand you're going to be in a situation potentially where you might get through it, but you might not.